Hi, I'm Jenna Quinton. I play for the women's basketball team. I'm a shooting guard. I'm from Calgary, Alberta. I'm in my second year and I'm in the School of Nursing.
So Jenna, School of Nursing, I'm impressed. Did you always want to be a nurse?
I did actually, yeah. It's something that's always really interested me and I don't know, I love it. Even in classes, it's a great decision, good program.
Have to ask you, because I know the nursing program is very, very intensive. How are you managing the whole basketball and school type thing?
It's a lot of trial and error. You learn really quickly what not to do and how to stay organized. So I don't know, I don't like to say I'm winging it, but I am just taking it one step at a time. So. Well,
as somebody going to the hospital, I don't think that's what we want to hear.
No, I'm still getting my education.
So speaking of the hospital, have you been on practicum there, and do you have a favorite ward yet, or a favorite part?
I don't know. I start my clinical next semester, sorry. And actually this Friday I am nurse shadowing someone in the labor and delivery unit, so I'm really, really excited about that. But.
Awesome. Have you thought about what area of the hospital you'd like to work, or do you want to do the community nursing type thing?
I really want to work in pediatrics, but I don't know, I feel like the more I go through my education, I'll change my mind 1,000 times. So.
Awesome. It's a great program. Is that why you came to TRU, aside from playing basketball, of course?
It was a huge deciding factor for me because I know we have an incredible nursing program here. I've heard really, really great things, and to be in it, it is an incredible nursing program. And yeah, it was a big choice.
Were you looking at other schools, and what was the deciding factor on coming here?
Yeah, well, in grade 12 you look at all schools across Canada to see, and it's kind of overwhelming at first, but I really like the fact that it wasn't a huge school. Like Thompson Rivers is a smaller community and Kamloops is a smaller city, so I don't know, I like that area of it, that it was, I wasn't jumping into like Vancouver or something. And yeah, the great program. I don't know, it really, when I came to visit, I loved the area. I love the people, and everyone's really friendly here, and I guess that it sold me. It's really hard to say no to this place.
Speaking of that, the fact that here as a student athlete, 6 radio stations cover you. They know that they're playing. 2 newspapers, a television station. What's that like coming from Calgary, where university sports and high school sports wouldn't get that much play? Is it a little surreal in a way?
Yeah, it is really strange. I think I was interviewed last year, and I was so thrown by it. I was like, "What? Why do you want to interview me?" But no, you get used to it. It's exciting.
Wearing a Wolfpack gear, you're in the community. You're shopping. People come up and talk to you. Do you remember your first time that happened?
Yeah, someone was like, "Oh, I recognize you. Like, I definitely recognize you." And I was like, "I have no idea who you are." Like, I didn't really know what to say. And they're like, "Oh, you play on the Wolfpack?" And I was like, "Yep, I do." And it was a really strange encounter, but I mean, it's really great to see how much the community supports us. So,
let's talk about your team, and obviously a great group of young women. What was your first year like, and how welcoming were the athletes, the veteran athletes, to the new players?
When you first come onto a team, it's terrifying. You don't know anyone, and you're scared, and everything's new. And the veteran players and the girls that I'm still playing with, or even the 5th years that I graduated last year, were the friendliest people. They made me feel so at home and never ever excluded me, and just with all the rookies, and they take you on to be part of the team, and it makes it a lot easier, the transition.
Do you have an average week? Yeah, like for instance, right now we're in pre-season. Yeah. So are you practicing 5 days a week? Are you working 2 hours a day in the gym, and you're going to school?
I'm going to school. My average schedule would be, we do weights at 7 a.m. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and we have practice Monday through Friday, 2:30 to 4:30. As well, I have class. I have about 3-4 hours of class every single day. So, and then you should get in on your own time to shoot and work out and squeeze everything in like that. But that's usually my average week.
You're a busy girl.
I am very busy.
So time management has to be the key then?
It is, yeah. It's a lot of, you get used to being like, well, this assignment isn't due for 2 weeks, but I know in a week I'm not going to have any time. So you have to plan accordingly. Like the chances you do get a couple hours, you've really got to grasp them and use it well.
So you're dealing with that. You're away from home for the first time. Do you think you grew up a lot and over the last year, and how was that, being on your own for the very first time?
Very terrifying. I do. I actually remember calling a girl on my team as soon as my parents left, and I was like, I don't know what to do right now. Like, I'm in a city by myself and I barely know anyone, and you meet people really quickly, and you get used to cooking and cleaning and everything, and it comes habit. You're so busy doing everything that all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, I'm all grown up now. So no, it was strange, but yeah, I know how to do it now. I'm living on my own, so I guess it helped me grow up a lot. Yeah.
First road trip, do you remember that?
I do. We went to Vancouver to play UBC. It was our very first away game.
So that must have been very exciting, and how all the things you just talked about, the school, the traveling, that sort of stuff, well, away from home, like how much difficult is that? More difficult that?
It's very difficult. I mean, it's a little more stressful. Like, you're packing and you're everything, and you're accountable for everything. You don't have your parents going, well, do you have this, or whatever. So it is kind of stressful to, not only do you have to have everything ready, like your school, and you have to be prepared. Now you're on a team and you're going somewhere that you've never been before, to a school you've never been before. So driving there, and you didn't really know what it was going to be like. And I definitely remember pulling up to UBC and terrified. I was so terrified, but it's lots of fun, and you have the team to help you, so it's good.
How about your first home game here at the Tournament Capital Center? We get decent crowds here, so what was that like? Do you remember your first game?
I remember not talking to anyone all day because I was so scared. I had my headphones in, listening to music the entire day, just trying not to think about it. And but when you step out on the court, it was surreal. It was amazing to realize, wow, I'm playing university basketball now, and it's something that I've always worked towards. So it was really, really happy moment for me.
How's this year's team looking, and what's it like now not being the new girl?
Nothing new. It's a little more comforting to know, and running the plays and stuff like that. And one of our first years came up to me and asked me a question, and I was like, oh, I actually know this. Everything's kind of, it's a little easier second time around. And I think our team, although we're going to be a lot different this year, because we just have different players, I think we're going to be just equally strong, and it'll be a good team this year. I'm excited.
5 years from now, where do you see Jenna Quinton?
Graduated, hopefully, and a TRU alumni. I don't know. I hope to be working in the hospital or nursing. I have no idea. A lot of times I'm like, oh, I'd go back to Calgary, and then you're kind of here and you love it so much, you're like, or maybe I'll stay in Kamloops. I really couldn't tell you.
One final question, Jenna. What words of advice would you give to the parents of a potential athlete or a potential athlete themselves? Why TRU? Why the Wolfpack?
Well, I think words of advice to parents: when you're coming away and you're away for the first time, or your kids are away for the first time, this is really a home away from home, and that's comforting, I guess, for parents to know, or for even if you're leaving, to know that you're going to come here and have a support group and a family, and the whole Wolfpack. We're just a huge family here, and I think that's something that, I don't know, if that's any words of advice, it's worth it. It's challenging, and it's really, really worth it.
And for potential athletes, why become a member of the Wolfpack?
Because even though it pushes you and it's hard, every day you wake up and you know that this is where you want to be, and it's a great experience, and you look back and you make great memories.